have for you a quick hip fix. So we'll be doing some mainly hip stretches to help open up your hips and release tight muscles. Before beginning this practice, please read the waiver below and also check with your physician if you are experiencing any acute issues currently. Okay, for this practice we will need a blanket if you have sensitive knees or a tight neck, and then ideally have a block as well. Okay, when you're ready, then let's come into a kneeling position. And you want your knees underneath your hips and your hands underneath your shoulders. We'll begin by opening the back a little bit. So as you exhale, round your spine to the ceiling. As you inhale, reach your chest forwards without lifting your chin up. Exhaling, rounding your spine to the ceiling. And inhaling, chest forwards, tailbone lifts. Again, exhaling, rounding your spine. And inhaling, reaching your chest forwards. Level your spine off and then walk your hands forwards a reasonable amount. As you exhale, slide your hips back towards your heels, and as you inhale, come forwards. Exhale, slide your hips to your heels. Inhale, slide forwards, your shoulders will be just behind your wrists. Exhale, slide back. Inhale, sliding forwards. Couple more times, exhaling and inhaling. Last time, exhale, slide back. Inhale, slide forwards. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Take your knees and feet as wide as your mat. As you inhale, rotate your torso right, reach up through your hand. And as you exhale, hand down. Inhale, rotating left. Exhale, hand down. Keep flowing like this. So when I'm rotating right, my hips are sliding right a little. Coming to center, inhaling, rotating left. Hips are sliding left. And keep going like that. Deep breath in. Exhaling, rotating left. Exhaling to center. Inhale, rotate right. Exhaling to center. Inhaling, rotating left. And exhaling to center. Bring your knees back underneath your hips again. Bring your hands onto your block like so. And step your right foot to the outside edge of your hand. Have your foot and your knee at 2 o'clock. And as you lunge forward, you'll probably feel a stretch on your inner right thigh, front of left. Just pull your chest forwards and up. Reach up through your crown, not your chin, so your neck stays long. Mindful, deep breathing, because it is so good for our mind and our body. So where you're feeling a deep stretch, imagine that your breath is flowing into what feels tight, releasing out tension. The deeper we breathe, there's more blood flow getting into those muscles, so it is bringing nutrients into the areas that are tight. I'm going to add some movement here. Aim to keep your right foot down on the floor, and as you exhale, slide your hips back until your leg straightens or thereabouts, and inhale, slide your chest forwards. Exhale, slide back. Inhale, Inhale, slide your hips and chest forwards. Exhale, slide back. Inhale, slide forwards. Keep flowing with your breath. You'll be feeling that your hamstrings are stretching when your hips are sliding back. Our hamstrings attach into the pelvis, which is all part of the hip area. So when hamstrings are tight, this affects how our hips are feeling. Next time that you lunge forward, stay there again. Lift your chest up nice and high. And now right hand on right thigh and turn your chest right. This will probably feel deeper through the front of your left hip. Let's just say no with our head, making sure we're not getting tense in the neck muscles. Feel free to pause right here if it's deep and plenty, or inhale, reach up through your right hand. Turn your chest just a little bit more. Palm is reaching up. Again, keep breathing smoothly. Then this gets deep quick, so listen to your body. The option is to lift your left foot up and pull your heel in for a pretty big quad stretch at the front of your left thigh. Keep breathing deeply. If you happen to get a cramp here, pop your foot down, push out through your heel and release that cramp, and then join back in or stay here if you wish. So listening to your body, respecting how your body feels, finding that sweet spot of moving deeply but not going too far. One more deep breath. And as you exhale, hand to your block, right leg back to kneeling. Let's just sort of feel what's happening there in your hips. Then as you exhale, left foot outside edge of hand, your foot and knee are at 10 o'clock, heel is under your knee, hips forwards, chest forwards, crown up, chin down, and breathe. We spend a lot of our days sitting, our hips will get tight. Also, if we're a runner or a cyclist or an avid hiker, probably your hip muscles get tight too. So these are good for all those scenarios. Then moving with your breath, remember left toes stay down. We'll exhale, slide your hips back. Notice how my back is pretty straight. Aim for that. And then inhale, hips forwards, chest up. Exhaling, sliding back. Inhaling, sliding forwards. Exhaling, sliding back. A few more times. Maybe you go slightly slower than I am for deeper breathing. That would be great. And then the next time that your hips are forwards and your chest is reaching up, let's stay here breathing. And like last time, left hand on thigh, turning your torso left. Say no with your head, make sure you're not tensing out and getting necky there. Smooth, deep breathing. Option, reach your left hand up to the ceiling. Breathe. Sometimes when we're doing something awkward, we start to hold the breath. That makes things worse. Breathe smoothly and deeply and back off if needed. And then keep turning your chest left, palm reaches up. How does that feel? Option, lift your right foot off the floor and pull your heel in. Smooth, deep breaths, getting loads of blood flow into your tight muscles. exhale, bring your hand and your foot down. And we're actually going to keep your left foot forwards and walk around towards your right until you're in this kind of position. Adjust your left heel so that it's in line with your right knee. And then keep walking around until your hand, either tented or flat, is on the floor in line with your right knee. Tuck your right toes under and then sit back onto your right heel or thereabouts. As you inhale, hips forwards, left arm swings past right hand, big stretch. Exhale, sit back towards your right heel. Inhale, hips forwards, left hand reaching past your right. Sitting back on your heel as you exhale. Inhale, reaching left hand past right. One more time, exhale, sit towards your heel. And inhale, reaching. Take some deep breaths right here. So I'm moving my pelvis forward so I can get a big stretch through the front of my hip here into my waist. So good for our hips and lower back. We're stretching the psoas, a massive hip flexor. And then as you exhale, narrow your waist. Reach your left hand up to the ceiling, and then it pulls your torso upright. Left hand on thigh, hips forwards. Right hand up, gentle reach up and over. So now I'm stretching through the front of the right hip, getting that deep psoas, iliacus, really big hip flexor muscles. Deep breaths to help you out. And then as you exhale, narrow your waist and inhale your torso upright. Bring your hands onto your hips and then bend into your left knee. I'm just going to shimmy over so I'm fully on my blanket. Tailbones lengthening down. Right leg reaches out to the side. I'm trying to keep the heel and left knee in line. Left hand on the floor. And then sit back towards your left heel. Right hand on thigh. Take a big inhale, hips forwards, right hand reaches past left. Exhale, sit towards your heel. Inhale, big side stretch, hips reaching forwards. Exhale, sit towards your heel. Breathing in, big side stretch. Breathing out, sitting towards your heel. And again, deep breath in. Let's stay here, breathing, stretching. Such a good stretch for your hips and your lower back. And then as you exhale, navel to spine, right hand reaches up to the ceiling. It's like it pulls you all the way up. Right hand on thigh, left hand reaches up and reach up and over. Now we're getting a big stretch through here. Lengthen out your breathing, calming the mind, releasing tension in the muscles. And you probably know that tense muscles come about from maybe overworking them physically and also creating tension in them emotionally through tense mind and worrying. As you exhale, navel to spine, inhale up, and then exhale, hands to hips, and come to kneeling. We're going to come and lie down on our back now, so maybe you want your blanket underneath your head so that your neck is in a really nice spinal position. So let's check that out. So sometimes it's just a skinny blanket is all you need, but what we want to be avoiding is the chin pushing up to the ceiling and tightness of the back of the neck. So can your neck feel long at the back and soft at the front? Okay, hug your legs in towards you, and then hands on your kneecaps. Keep your pelvis still. Take your knees away from each other, circle them forwards and pull them into your torso. Away, circle them forwards and into your torso. Keep going like that. And one leg is going clockwise, the other is going anti-clockwise. And then go the opposite way with your legs. And then hug your legs in towards you and place your left foot down on the floor. So what we're going to do is move through a sequence with figure 4. Flex your right toes towards your shin and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Your foot goes left enough that you've gone past the pointy part of your ankle. Left hand on your hip, reminding yourself to keep your left hip on the floor. Right hand pushes your thigh forwards. So again, can you keep your pelvis still as you push your right thigh forwards? And let's breathe here. Now this is more of an energetic thing. You're not going to look like you're doing much different, but you will feel that you are. Push your hand into your right thigh and right thigh pushes into your hand. So visually not a lot happens, but you will feel that your right leg is working and maybe even your core. This is good. Stay with this and breathe. Thigh pressing into hand, hand pressing into thigh firmly. Now relax your leg and your hand pushes your thigh forwards more. Breathing. Now press your thigh into your hand, hand into your thigh. Feel that resistance. Maybe feel your core come on as you do that. And breathe with the resistance. Then relax your leg and your right hand pushes your thigh forwards a little more. Now exhale, narrow your waist, lift your left foot off the floor and interlace your hands around the back of your thigh. If that's not possible, grab a strap as an arm extension. Try and keep your bum fully down on the floor here. Hug your left leg in until you feel a nice deep stretch in your outer right hip. And breathe. This one might be tricky depending on how flexible your left hamstring muscles are, but we're going to push the left foot up towards the ceiling and bend the knee. Push the foot up to the ceiling and bend the knee. As you're straightening your left leg, try and keep your bum fully down so you're really isolating hamstring muscles at the back of your thigh. And then we will pause with the foot pressing up to the ceiling. And now press your toes down towards your shin. That won't have much of a movement there, but create the action. And now slide your hands down the back of your left leg and push the back of your left leg into your hands. Feel what happens there. A little bit of work to do it. Breathe deeply. Breathe calmness and space into your body. And then bend into your your left knee, place your left foot on the floor, arms go out wide, narrow your waist, and then take your legs over to the left so your right foot ends up on the floor. You can, if you wish, use your left hand to push your right thigh towards your left foot and breathe. Or you could just have your arms out wide and let it be as it is. Usually we'll be feeling something around the front and outer edge of the right hip here. And then as you exhale, narrow your waist and bring your legs back to center. Right foot onto the floor. Left ankle crosses over, foot is flexing towards your shin, and you're getting your ankle past the bony part there. Right hand on hip, left hand on thigh. Straighten your left arm, pushing your thigh forwards, and breathe. Your right hand is reminding you to keep your right hip on the floor. And then creating that resistance, left thigh presses into hand, left hand into thigh. Breathe with that. Again, you might feel your core muscles come on. Maybe legs really feeling that it's working. Relax your left leg now. Push your left thigh further forwards. That might be millimeters. Most likely it will be. And then again, resistance. Thigh presses into hand, hand presses into thigh. Breathe with it. And then relax your leg, push your thigh forwards. As you exhale, narrow your waist. Right foot comes off the floor, hands interlace around the back. Try and keep your bum heavy down onto the floor. Breathing here, feeling those deep outer left hip muscles stretching, your deep six. And then nice and slowly, right foot reaches to the ceiling and bending your knee. Right foot reaches to the ceiling and bending your knee. Do this movement in time with your breathing. So it could be an exhale, pushing the foot to the ceiling, and an inhaling, bending. Keep flowing like that. Let those muscles open up. And then the next time your foot's to the ceiling, stay with that. Draw your toes down towards your shin. Breathe. And then slide your hands down to your thigh and press your right thigh into your hands. It kind of makes space in your hip joint. Usually feels pretty good. And breathe. And then as you exhale, bend your right knee, bring your foot to the floor. Arms go out wide. And then navel to spine, legs go right until left foot touches the floor. Oh, and breathe. Remember, right hand, if you wish, can push your left thigh towards your right foot. Or you can just relax into this and invite the muscles to soften. As you exhale, narrow your waist, bring your legs back to center and bring your feet down onto the floor. Let's grab our ankles, bring the heels up to the outside edge of your hips, arms out wide. This is like windscreen wipers. Right knee goes forwards, left knee to the side. Exhale, knees towards the ceiling. Inhale, left knee forwards, right knee to the side. Exhale to the ceiling. Keep going like that. When you have a knee reaching forwards, really reach through that direction. Again, this stretches out your big, deep hip flexor muscles, which if we are running, hiking, cycling, sitting, all those actions tighten up those muscles. Finish with right knee to the side, left knee forwards, and then exhale, bring your knees up. Bring the soles of your feet together now. Let your thighs drop out to the side. If it feels a bit pinchy in your lower back, lift your bum up, lengthen your tailbone forwards. And now hands on your inner thighs to create a little bit of a rocking left and right. And when you're doing that, you'll be stretching your inner thigh muscles more and also massaging across the back of your pelvis. Often feels nice. And come to stillness. You're resting in the center of your pelvis. Make a subtle action of reaching your knees out wide. Take some deep breaths. Huge breath in. As you exhale, narrow your waist, hands to your outer thighs, bring your legs together, and now squeeze your legs together. Breathe and squeeze. Strong core, hug your legs in towards you. Knees stay together this time. Take your knees in circles one way. 3, 2 times. 1 more time. Go the opposite way. 3, 2, 1. Hug in. Then a slow roll over to your side and inhale, come up to a seat. Let's just take a moment sitting as comfortably as we can. Maybe hands on your knees. And close your eyes for a few breaths. Noticing how you feel. Good for us to spend minutes each day on our mat. A bit of self-care. A little bit goes a long way. And then a smile for yourself, allowing yourself to feel quite content. Pleased with yourself. And if it feels appropriate to you, bring your palms together at your chest like a prayer. In yoga, this is a heart gesture. gesture of loving kindness towards ourselves and kindness towards all beings. Thank you so much for spending time with me and looking after yourself. And I hope to connect with you soon. Please keep an eye out for new videos coming up. And you can always reach out to me, make requests. I'm also teaching private classes online, so feel free to reach out to me and we can organize a session together if you like. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and see you soon.